Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Debbie Dutra from the Lopes Companies and the chairman of the board of the Taunton Area Chamber of Commerce. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Chamber's 104th annual meeting. We normally hold our meeting in February and have a luncheon hosted by the Taunton Holiday Inn. While we all know this year has not been normal, hence we are holding our annual meeting in June and doing it virtually. And we are so excited to have everyone here with us today. Just to give you a little background on myself and my time at the Chamber, my company has been a proud Chamber member for over 25 years. I came on board as a director in 2013, became chair in 2020, and will fulfill my board seat at the end of 2022. Being part of the Chamber has given me many great experiences, meeting new people, networking, getting to know new business owners at ribbon cuttings, and enjoying many business after hours and other fun events. Since being on the board, I have had the pleasure of working with Lisa DeMello, our business manager. Lisa keeps everything running smoothly for us at the office and at our events. Her 15-year anniversary is fast approaching. And those of you who know Lisa will agree with me, the word invaluable comes to mind. Lisa, can you give us a wave?
Thanks, Debbie.
Throughout my years affiliated with the Chamber, I've also had the pleasure of knowing the past 3 CEOs and presidents. First, Diana Shearstone, who served 37 years before retiring. That's unbelievable. And then she was followed by Kerry Mullen, who filled the role in 2007, and she then became the face of the Chamber for the next 12 years. Under Kerry's leadership is when I came onto the board. I can't say enough about her. She always had a smile on her face, was so involved in every part of the Chamber, all while raising 2 small children active in many school activities. I never knew how she fit all the hours into the day to get everything accomplished, but she did. And now I'm so happy to introduce to all of you our current CEO and president, Chris Silva. We are so fortunate to have Chris accept this position last October. She stepped right in with professionalism, creativity, forward thinking, a sense of humor, enthusiasm, and warmth. To say we are all thrilled to have her on the board is an understatement. Chris is a Berkeley resident and spent over 13 years working at her alma mater, Stonehill College, where she held various roles, including assistant to the president for mission operations and director of the Stonehill Service Corps. Prior to Stonehill, she was the chief development officer for Caritas Good Samaritan Medical Center. If you could all help me to welcome Chris with a round of applause. Yay.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy to be with the Chamber and hosting my first annual meeting. And I'll be even happier next year when we can do this in person. As we go through our program today, if we encounter any technical difficulties, we'd be grateful for your patience and your understanding. So we're come together today with our Chamber community to celebrate our resilience in overcoming, or at least enduring, the challenges of the past year. The mayor will lead us off, then Debbie will introduce our board members. Next, I'll give an overview of the year. Following that, we'll hear firsthand from our own board member, Heidi Taylor, who's president of Morton Hospital, about how Morton and their tremendous staff bore the full brunt of the pandemic. And finally, and with great pride, we will honor the 3 exemplary Chamber members who are the recipients of our new awards. These new award categories reflect the variety of our membership, from large businesses that create jobs, our inspiring small businesses, which are our backbone, and our nonprofit organizations who are supporting those most in need in our community. But before we begin, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Gold sponsors General Dynamics and Mechanics Bank. Silver sponsors Bluestone Bank, Bristol County Savings Bank, and Quality Beverage. Bronze sponsors Bank 5, Taunton Federal Credit Union, Bristol Community College, and Morton Hospital. Our new award sponsors, Bluestone Bank, Bristol County Savings Bank, and Taunton Federal Credit Union, and our fabulous breakout room hosts for the day, Jamie Barnes, Ameriprise Financial, Bank 5, Bluestone Bank, Bristol County Savings Bank, Taunton Federal Credit Union, and Morton Hospital. Now I'd like to invite, thank you, one of our gold sponsors, General Dynamics Vice President Scott Dunderdale, to say a few words.
Hey everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Chris. Congratulations. Welcome.
Thank
It's
you.
an honor. Good to see you. Mayor, welcome, or good to see you again. Thanks for having us today. And Debbie, thanks for coordinating. This is great. General Dynamics, as you know, has been a member here for a number of years. Actually, April was just telling me this morning that we've been a member of the Chamber of Commerce now since 1987. And just as a data point for you, the company back then was GTE. We're now General Dynamics, but back then in the mid 80s, we were actually located up in the Needham area, up on the 128 belts. And in 1986, we won a very large Army contract, and we made the decision in order to build the facility in the Miles Standish Industrial Park, and we've been there ever since. We have about approximately 1,000 employees that we employ over there in the industrial park. And the majority of what we do specifically is Army tactical communications. We do have a little video that we're going to run for you to kind of show you what that really means. It's not the easiest thing to explain verbally, but when you see it, it will help you understand what the folks in Taunton do. Just as another point for you all, approximately half of our employees are engineers. So we're a high-tech company. But we really pride ourselves in, we're not a high-tech company that just pushes paper or writes software. We are literally physically building, shipping, and delivering systems. We are bending metal and integrating systems every day that we then deliver to the Army and the Marine Corps. So you're going to see in this video a little bit more of what we do. So thank you so much for your time. I'm so happy to be here. And I appreciate the opportunity to see you all, and hopefully next year it'll be live. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Scott.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you very much, Scott. We're very grateful for the generosity of our sponsors, and through their support, they're affirming their commitment to our business community and to our collective goals and vision. And so have all of you and many, many others. Through the sustained commitment of our members, you're demonstrating your belief in and dedication to a thriving Greater Taunton community as well. And with gratitude, particularly during the most challenging time for local business, we recognize our new and returning members. Thank you so much. Now I'd like to invite Mayor O'Connell to say a few words.
Okay, thank you. And Scott, I have to say that was an awesome video. My husband actually works on SATCOM for MIT, so.
Oh, that's right. You told me that in
yeah.
So. Lincoln Labs, I believe, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's terrific. Great organization.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff that we do. Of course, he can't tell us all about it, but
that's right.
But anyway, it's wonderful to see everyone today, and it's really good to know that this will be the last time that we have to do this on Zoom. I think we're going to have to get used to being back together again, right? But life, is beginning to feel really normal again. And in Taunton, we are moving full speed ahead. There's lots of wonderful things happening in our city. We're having events that, we just had an event for our veterans this past weekend. So we're really just jumping right back in. And then we're really moving ahead with development and economic development as well. We're moving ahead with making our government, bringing it into the 21st century to better serve our businesses and our community with our charter update. We're moving forward on our new airport building, and I see that BSU is here, Vinny DiMacedo, who BSU has a very successful aviation program, and they are very open to opportunities at our new airport building once it's done. We're moving forward with our public safety facility. And we were recently featured, Taunton was recently featured in Business View magazine. They did a really nice feature article on Taunton and what a great community we are, the economic development we're doing, and why it's a good place to be in business, to live, and to play. So, and if you haven't had a chance to look at that, you can go onto the city website and see it. It's a really wonderful article. And I do want to thank JRI, BCC, and Taunton Development Corp. I think all supported that with ads. So we want to just thank you for that. So it has been a long 15 months for all of us. And I was really pleased to see that Heidi Taylor is going to be the keynote speaker because we have faced together unprecedented challenges this year. Our community has really pulled together. We've supported, families, our children, and our businesses. And what has really been noticeable is that we know how hard our business community has been hit by the pandemic, yet you have all been there supporting our community in so many different ways over these past 15 months, even when you were struggling. And it just says so much about the city we come from, the businesses and the nonprofits and the organizations that are here, and how committed you are and invested you are in our community. So thank you all very much. And of course, Morton Hospital has been on the front lines of this pandemic from day one, keeping our community safe. And for them, that has really meant literally putting themselves in danger. All of their staff has put aside their own personal safety from the very beginning, when we really didn't even know much about this virus and everything was closed down. And they did it all to care for us. And we are so blessed and so grateful to have a community hospital filled with staff, with employees, with people that are so dedicated to our community, that care for us with such compassion and professionalism, and that really helped us get through this pandemic safely, kept us educated, kept us, give us the ability to get tested, to get vaccinated, worked with us closely in the city, advising us, helping us to, work with the Board of Health, nursing homes, just to bring everyone together, to have a core team to keep our community safe, informed. And, our kids were back in school, our seniors had their graduation, they're having their prom tonight. And it's really all due to this whole entire community pulling together. And I just want you all to know how grateful we are to everyone, and particularly to Morton Hospital. They have spent countless hours, I know, on Zoom calls with my office and on phone calls, and helping us with issues that have come up at the very last minute. So Heidi and your team, you have been, unbelievable allies and help to us, and we greatly, greatly appreciate that. So I do have a proclamation, a citation for Morton Hospital, and you can just imagine me giving this to Heidi. But I'll just take a moment to read it, and we'll be sending it over. Well, I'll be bringing it over myself. But we wanted to especially recognize all of the efforts of everyone at Morton Hospital. So I'll just take a moment to read it. Be it known that the City of Taunton extends its sincere thanks and profound gratitude to Morton Hospital in grateful recognition of your unparalleled dedication to the City of Taunton and its residents during this pandemic. During the pandemic, Morton Hospital served as a dedicated coronavirus hospital, a COVID-19 testing clinic, and a vaccination site for the City of Taunton. These services were provided with care and compassion during a stressful and challenging time. The City of Taunton and the Taunton Area Chamber of Commerce are sincerely appreciative of Morton Hospital's unwavering dedication to our community. So thank you, Heidi. Thank the Chamber as well for helping us support this.
Thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without the community support that we received, which was overwhelming. So we truly are grateful to be part of such a phenomenal community. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great. Well, thank you, Mayor O'Connell, and congratulations to Morton Hospital on a well-deserved citation from the city. I would like to introduce at this time the Chamber's 2021 Board of Directors. I will start with our two new board members, Maria Gonzalez and Foster Boone. We are very excited to have them join the board and look forward to them sharing their unique knowledge and skills. Maria is the founder and managing partner of M&A Supplier Diversity Consultant, which empowers socially diverse business groups to consider being certified within the city, state, and/or federal level, and guides its clients through the process of becoming certified. She is a strong advocate of the small business community and also volunteers as a SCORE counselor. Welcome, Maria. If you could say hello.
Hello, everybody, and thank you. This has been a wonderful time for me, learning from everybody here. Chris has been incredible. John G has been a fantastic mentor to me. CJ, Shauna, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I am honored and feel blessed to be part of the community, this community, and part of the board and the chamber. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. We're so happy to have you also.
Thank you.
Next, we have Foster Boone. Foster is the president of Commonwealth Alternative Care, a medical marijuana provider located in Taunton. He joined Commonwealth over a year ago after relocating from the West Coast, where he was actively involved in chambers of commerce in the markets in which he worked. Unfortunately, Foster is not able to attend today. He is literally in the air right now. And now I would like to thank our ongoing board members for their time and service during this unusual year. So that everyone can see you when I call your name, if you could please acknowledge yourself by speaking your name. To start, I'd like to say thank you to Jillian Beck, Mechanics Cooperative Bank.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jillian. It's a pleasure to be here.
Jamie Barnes, Ameriprise Financial.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Barnes, and thanks for taking time out of your day to join us today for the annual meeting.
Chris Coit, Brownstone Realty Group.
Hello, everyone. Chris Coit here, and thank you, Lisa, Chris, and Debbie for a great job this year.
John Jagat, SCORE.
Hello, everybody. I'm John Jagat. It's great to be here, and it's great to see so many folks here supporting small businesses in this great city.
Kimberly Holmes, Taunton Municipal Lighting Plant.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Holmes from the Taunton Municipal Lighting Plant. Thank you all for coming today. Welcome.
Dave Millett, Taunton Federal Credit Union.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Millett. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for being part of the chamber.
John Moran, Chair-elect, Bluestone Bank.
Good afternoon, everyone. John Moran, Bluestone Bank. Can't thank you enough for joining today, and most certainly look forward to in person next year.
Jen Nolan, Quality Beverage.
Hi, everybody. Jen Nolan here. Great to see everyone virtually and can't wait to see everybody in person. And thank you for being so supportive of the Taunton business community.
Kristen Spots, Relaxation Works Spa.
Namaste, everyone. What a great Wednesday. It's so exciting to share the day with you, and I'm just honored to be part of this business community.
Linda Sternfeld, Bristol County Savings Bank.
Hi, I'm Linda Sternfeld from Bristol County Savings Bank. Thanks for joining us and thanks for supporting the chamber.
Heidi Taylor, Morton Hospital.
Hi, everyone. I'm Heidi Taylor from Morton Hospital. Thank you to the chamber for your support during this challenging year. Look forward to continued efforts from the chamber.
And unfortunately, also unable to attend today due to some prior commitments, but we'll give them a shout out. We have Seamus O'Connell from Bank of America, Ryan Profit, Profit Law Office, LLC, Larry Quintel, Silver Funeral Home. Thank you to the board 2021. And we also have one more board member whose term came to an end in 2020. This person devoted many years to the chamber starting in 2011 and also served as our previous chair. We would like to acknowledge Ed Carrera. Ed, we can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us over these past 10 years. You are a man who puts his whole heart and soul into everything you do. Ed is currently the Chief of Staff to Mayor O'Connell, and if that isn't enough to keep him busy, he also is the owner of multiple businesses, including Carrera Insurance, Anytime Plumbing and Heating, and Whittington Hardware, not to mention maybe sitting on another board or two. Ed, our hats go off to you, and we would like you to accept this plaque as a token of our appreciation. I think Ed is in the house if you want to say a hello. Oh, maybe he's muted or has technical difficulties, but Ed, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
We can.
I'm sorry, I had to try to figure out how to do it on the phone. But once again, I appreciate it. And at some point when things calm down, I would love to be more involved again. Thank you so much. You guys do a super job. And through this pandemic, I mean, I can't thank you enough for all you've done for the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ed. Okay, and as Chris said in the beginning, we could have technical difficulties, and this actually wasn't technical, this was an oversight, but I would also like to give a shout out to another chamber member that I must have read right over, but that would be April Reese from General Dynamics, one of our main sponsors today. April, if you could say a couple of words.
Sure. Thanks, Debbie. April Reese, and I'm proud to represent General Dynamics on the board of the chamber. And I'd like to thank everyone for attending today. Can't wait to see everyone in person again.
Thank you, April.
Thanks, Debbie. As we all know, the past year has been filled with historic medical, economic, and social crises. But let's not forget the human triumphs that occurred as well. Tireless efforts of local businesses, citizens, and governments to provide economic lifelines to struggling workers and organizations impacted by this pandemic. Quickly, the Chamber's board of directors and staff needed to redirect their efforts, starting back last March to focus everything on helping our community survive and heal. As you can see from the many program offerings listed here, the Chamber has been focused on providing Taunton area businesses with access to vital information from economic stimulus programs, access and usage of PPE, to government-ordered restrictions, to dealing with COVID from the HR perspective, and health and wellness as well. With little warning, all live events were shut down, and the Chamber team moved all meetings and events online and made that content entirely free and available to all. While most Chamber activities were converted to virtual platforms, we did enjoy a few in-person events. Mid-August, the annual golf tournament drew 88 golfers to Segregansett Country Club, and in September, the Diamonds in the Rough ladies golf outing had a fantastic turnout with 48 golfers attending. After my arrival in late October, I conducted a survey of our membership and even non-members to learn what we're doing well and where we could improve our services. In lieu of our annual holiday party, which I heard is a ton of fun, we created a holiday cheer campaign, which raised $3,000 for local nonprofits, due largely to the generosity of our matching donor, Morton Hospital. But wait, there's more. We upgraded our IT infrastructure, increased social media engagement on Facebook, including creating a new member group, enhanced our business directory and membership packet, created new sponsorship opportunities and a referral rewards program. Keep that in mind. You can get a gift certificate for getting somebody in here or more. We refreshed our committees and launched new programs, including Chamber Chat, the quarterly Q&A, the Taunton Nonprofit Network, and the Latino Business Series. Thank you, Maria Gonzalez, for that. The year ahead looks bright, and we're entering into it enthusiastically and with an inspired commitment to our members and to our community. Now I'll turn it back over to Debbie.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Heidi Taylor, President of Morton Hospital. Heidi was named President of Morton Hospital in April of 2019. Born at Morton Hospital, Heidi is a lifelong Taunton resident with a deep understanding and appreciation for the community. Heidi's grandparents, Lenny and Christine Rose, owned and operated Highland Heights Roller Rink for more than 50 years. Heidi was taught from a very young age the importance of caring for her community. Heidi has more than 20 years of healthcare leadership experience. She spent the first 9 years of her career at Morton Hospital, starting as a registration clerk in patient access and leaving as a director of support services. Heidi left Morton in 2006 for Good Samaritan Medical Center, where she held a variety of positions, including finance, before being promoted to Chief Financial Officer and Vice President of Perioperative Services in 2010. Heidi returned to Morton Hospital in 2016 as the Chief Financial Officer and became Chief Financial Officer and Chief Operating Officer in 2018. On a side note, I just recently found out that I've been working with Heidi's brother Eric at Lopes for the last 20 years. I never knew they were related. What they say is true. It's a small world. Heidi is now going to share with us what it was like being a designated COVID-19 hospital in the height of the pandemic.
Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here today as your keynote speaker. I would like to start by thanking Chris, Lisa, and my fellow chamber board members for allowing me this opportunity to speak today and share a truly life-changing experience with all of you. I would also like to thank Mayor O'Connell and her staff for the support that she has shown us during this challenging time. Before I begin, I'll share a little bit about myself, which you just heard from Debbie, but I am a third-generation Tauntonian, all born here at Morton Hospital and lifelong Taunton residents. Growing up, as you heard, my grandparents were the proud owners of Highland Heights Roller Rink. And aside from learning how to skate as soon as I could walk, literally, they also taught me early on the importance of caring for our community. This is one of the values that I believe brought me to where I am today as president of our community hospital. I have a very tight-knit family, and most of us work in the community. My mother works at the hospital. My brother works at G. Lopes. I have an aunt who is a nurse and several relatives that work for the school system. So needless to say, our dedication to this community is very strong. When I was asked to speak today, I knew it would make most sense to talk about Morton's role during one of the greatest pandemics our country has ever faced. And while COVID-19 brought us all many significant challenges, it also taught me personally, as well as all of us at Morton, some important lessons that I think we can all relate to, no matter the industry we work in. I'd like to talk to you today a bit about our experience during COVID and the lessons we learned that help us emerge from the pandemic stronger than ever. Lesson 1, expect the unexpected. In January of 2020, we began to catch wind of a new virus. We really didn't know much about it or what impact it was going to have on us. By February, our hospital leadership team began having occasional calls with our corporate office and sister hospitals to get updates on how rapidly the virus was spreading and how it was affecting people. We were taking every bit of information known about the virus at the time and sharing it with our frontline staff. Our materials management team was working around the clock to purchase as much personal protective gear as they could. Come early March, the CDC's message was that the risk to our communities in the US remained low, but that the virus, now officially named COVID-19, was in fact beginning to spread internationally with scattered cases in the US. However, that all quickly changed. By mid-March, we began having daily COVID prep calls with leaders across our system. Patients and community members were calling the hospitals throughout the day with questions about COVID. We began to educate our frontline caregivers on how to interact with and care for patients coming into the hospital with COVID-like symptoms. Governor Baker announced a state of emergency in Massachusetts, which would last more than 15 months. Who would have thought? Then one day it finally happened. We had our first COVID-19 positive patient at Morton Hospital. Life is full of unknowns, and in business, you can only be so prepared when you're not exactly sure what to expect. We learned if you focus on what you do know and you remain flexible and open-minded, you'll be much better positioned to face those unexpected events and still come out on top. Lesson 2, be willing to adapt. Soon after receiving our first positive case, that number quickly began to grow, as it did across hospitals across the state and country. This was the first time our team was facing something of this magnitude. This new virus was causing us to change the way we operated our hospital and the way we interacted with our patients and one another in so many ways. One of the unique changes that affected us was adjusting to the CDC guidelines and recommendations, asking people to stay home if they were sick, unless they were very, very sick and needed emergency care. While this was against our normal protocols, it was necessary to help minimize the spread of the virus and keep our emergency department from being overwhelmed. With our need to discontinue elective surgeries and non-essential testing, patients were now rushing into our newly opened COVID-19 testing clinic rather than coming in for outpatient tests and procedures. We went from performing hundreds of outpatient tests a day to performing hundreds of outpatient COVID tests, with people lined up outside the hospital and down the sidewalk, because that's what our community needed. We tested just under 60,000 patients in our outpatient COVID clinic. Our medical offices also began transitioning from in-person appointments to telehealth appointments using tools like FaceTime. As you can imagine, all of these changes in such a short amount of time were difficult for many of us. By the end of March into early April, the cases of COVID-19 were increasing so rapidly that we ultimately took on the role of becoming a dedicated COVID-19 care center. Morton Hospital was now a hub for treating some of the community's sickest patients. But again, it was what our community needed, and we dedicated ourselves to caring for those who needed us most during such a frightening time. Change can be difficult, but necessary, and we must always be ready to adapt to the demands and needs of our patients, consumers, students, etc. One thing we learned is that those needs can change at any time, and we must always be ready to be there and be the best we can when called upon to perform a new or different task. Lesson 3, believe in the power of teamwork. April 2020, Morton Hospital is now functioning as a dedicated COVID-19 center. Walking the halls of our patient care units, the staff was somewhat unrecognizable, covered with masks, face shields, head covers, and gowns. Our patients were very, very sick and unable to have their loved ones visit. Our team was tired, and there were many tears being shed each and every day. But while the COVID-19 pandemic may have been one of the most difficult times in our history at Morton, it was also a time during which our team relied on one another for support, learned to appreciate one another even more, and came together as a team like we've never seen before. Yes, we were faced with a frightening pandemic, sometimes scared we would bring it home to our loved ones, but at the same time, we worked all together to accomplish so much and build so many touching memories together. We were even joined by 15 nurses from one of our steward hospitals in Florida who flew up to work alongside our Morton staff and help us care for our patients, as well as a handful of nurses from St. Anne's Hospital who came here to support us as well. It was incredible to see how quickly these new members of our team integrated into our organization. We are Morton. One of the ways our leadership team wanted to support our staff during this difficult time was by creating employee wellness rooms, which were quiet and serene places where our staff could take a few moments away from their work area to unwind and refresh. In these areas, we added chalk paint to the walls, and within weeks, the walls were filled with positive messages of encouragement and thanks from our staff to one another. We also used the hashtag #MortonStrong to show support for our team. To say we were touched by the support from our community is an understatement. Every day, a business or community member was dropping off donations of food or supplies, flowers or handmade masks to help keep our team going. Local first responders saluted us with a motor parade. In a way, it seemed like all of us throughout the whole community worked together to support one another and keep each other's spirits up. We will always be grateful to our community for wrapping around us during such a unique time. And most importantly, I will always be grateful to our Morton Hospital team for their dedication, the sacrifices they made, and the teamwork they demonstrated and continue to demonstrate. Together, we made it through what seemed like the impossible. And lesson 4, have a rebound plan. Fortunately, by mid-May of last year, after almost 6 weeks of a very high COVID positive census, we started to see a slight decline in cases and were able to reopen certain areas within the hospital and resume caring for non-COVID patients. As June came, our numbers were much lower, and the state of Massachusetts was preparing to move into a reopening phase, which would allow us to resume elective surgeries and essential outpatient testing. As we waited, we made plans. We were preparing to bring staff back to the departments that would reopen. We continued to thoroughly clean each and every inch of our facility to make sure our patients were safe. We were planning a safe and ready marketing campaign to let our community know we were back open and safe and ready to care for them and their loved ones. While we were slightly nervous that it may take some time for patients to feel comfortable coming back to the hospital, we were pleasantly surprised that it didn't take long for our hospital and our outpatient schedule to be filled with patients again, and patients not here for COVID-related care. We were back to doing what we do. While another surge would come later in the year, and we'd have to adjust our operations ever so slightly again, during this whole time, we continued planning for the future. We added new services and resumed construction projects once all restrictions were lifted. Not only did we rebound, but we were able to grow throughout the COVID pandemic. We expanded our psychiatry program, and we now have 3 full-time psychiatrists at the hospital. We also grew our bariatric surgery program, and we are now a nationally accredited bariatric center of excellence. We welcomed new specialists in the area of gastroenterology and orthopedic surgery, among other areas. And earlier this year, our application to add a new 32-bed level 4 substance use disorder treatment unit was approved by the Department of Public Health. We anticipate opening that new 32-bed unit, so needed by our community, in the fall of this year. COVID may have thrown a wrench in our plans, but through it all, we knew we wanted to emerge bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. The moral of the story is, difficult times will always present themselves, but as we learned at Morton Hospital, if you expect the unexpected, are willing to adapt, believe in your team, and have a rebound plan in place, anything is possible. I would like to thank you for being here today and letting me share our story. Before I end, I'd like to leave you with a video that was put together by one of our team members, Mary Pat Tranner, that touched our entire staff and helped to keep us motivated and our spirits up through a very challenging time.
Living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter. But I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Ooh, mountain. We gon' walk it out and move mountain. And my rider, all I like to say, I rise up, unafraid, I rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I rise up, I like the waves, I rise silence is quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Ooh, I'll say, bring it to its feet. Ooh, I'll say, and I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise and I do it 1,000 times again. We have each other, and for that we have each other. Yes, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise. I like the way you will rise. In spite of the ache, we'll rise. And we'll do it 1,000 times again. So thanks for letting me share that. It brings tears to my eyes each time I watch it. It's really hard to describe what the team went through here, but I've never been as proud or more thankful to be part of a team and experience what we did together. And sincere appreciation to everyone that supported the hospital over these past 15 months. We did make it through it together, the community stronger, the hospital stronger, and we look forward to continuing that trend. So thank you for allowing me to share our story with you.
Thank you so much, Heidi. I'm so glad that we got that worked out because that was beautiful. I spotted a few of my friends in those videos too. So now we're going to bestow our new awards on 3 very deserving organizations. And I have the honor of presenting the Taunton Federal Credit Union Large Business Award to Pride, Inc. Pride is a private nonprofit that provides quality vocational, social, and alternate residential programs for individuals with developmental, cognitive, or intellectual disabilities. The organization was established in 1969, initially offering vocational training and employment opportunities for people with severe mental illness. Then in 1973, the organization was incorporated as Preparatory Rehabilitation for Individual Development and Employment, or PRIDE. The organization consists of 9 departments and serves over 600 Bristol County residents. Services include acquired brain injury services, adult foster care, adult day habilitation, school to work transition, community employment and placement, vocational evaluations, work services, hire PRIDE workers, and community-based day support. Unfortunately, when the pandemic hit, most of these services were shut down, including site-based services, but production was still necessary. With a lack of workers, management stepped in, taking on new positions, They were packaging, face shields, and hand sanitizers. Meals on Wheels, which operates out of Pride's main distribution site, had to continue delivering meals during the shutdown. They deliver about 800 meals daily, and they rely heavily on volunteers. With the restrictions, the Pride leadership team stepped in again to deliver meals to local elderly residents. Pride is dedicated to improving the quality of people's lives with a philosophy that everyone who wants to work can work and be able to live in the most independent situation of their choice. Board member Patricia Babbitt and mother of a Pride participant said, "Pride has always been there not only for my son, but for my entire family. This organization goes above and beyond for those with intellectual disabilities. It has provided my son with the work that makes him feel good and the social connection that makes him smile." Congratulations to Pride. Accepting on behalf of Pride is Assistant Executive Director Mark Mauricio.
Thank you so much, Chris. It truly is an honor to accept this award on behalf of Pride. Thank you to the Chamber. Thank you to Taunton Federal Credit Union. We really couldn't do what we do without the support of our community, our board, our staff, our members. So thank all of you. Thank you so much. And here's the award. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mark.
You.
I have the honor of presenting the Bluestone Bank Small Business Award to my friends at Duval Taunton Printing. Duval is a full-service printing company. They do it all from commercial printing to finishing and specialty services and promotional items. A bit of history. Duval Printing was established in 1858, and in 1920, then current owner Jack Letty's grandfather started Taunton Printing Company. Last year marked 100 years the business had been in Jack's family. Jack recalls the story of his father taking over the business, telling us that his father was an only child, and after the war, he was supposed to go to Boston College. But when his grandfather fell ill, his father had to jump into the business. As a child, Jack helped his father at work, making deliveries, but just like his father, he had other plans. He attended Bryant University and graduated with a degree in accounting. After having a conversation with his father over Christmas break about his future after graduation, he decided to take over the business, which made it a third-generation family business. As technology advances and most companies transition from print documents to digital, Duval Taunton is among the last of its kind. By his own account, Jack is old-fashioned and dedicates all his time to his work and is a people person. He says it's his favorite part of the job. Duval Taunton focuses on commercial work and has many repeat customers, which is one of the main reasons they are able to stay in business. His small but dedicated team that he proudly was able to continue to pay throughout the pandemic consists of Rosemary Broomhead, his secretary for 50 years,
Wow.
General Manager Mike Almeida, who we see at many of our chamber events, Chris Tripp, who runs the copy center and digital printing, Steve Tyrell, who operates the press, Donna Andrade, the office manager, and last but not least, Rayanne Algier, who does pre-press and design. Jack also contributes his company's success to the following golden rule: treat people the way you want to be treated. He believes that this is why customers return, and I can tell you from personal experience that is absolutely true. Accepting on behalf of Duval Taunton Printing is owner Jack Letty.
Thanks, Debbie. Appreciate that very much. We've known each other for over 40 years, so you don't have to go into any more detail than that. But Chris, Lisa at the Chamber, we've been members of the Chamber for a long time. I'm a former board member, and it was an honor to get this call and for you guys to come in with the award. Appreciate it very much. Couldn't do it without the team here, especially Mike Almeida, who really makes things happen while I'm out delivering or trying to hit the little white balls whenever possible. So thanks to the Chamber, and hopefully for many more years to come. Appreciate your help.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you. I'll now present our final award, the Bristol County Savings Bank Community Impact Award to Associates for Human Services, or AHS. AHS is a private, not-for-profit agency serving a wide range of human services in the greater Taunton area, with a mission to provide choice, opportunity, and support to the individuals they serve, their families, and their employees to enhance the quality of life in the community. AHS was incorporated in 1974 and since then has continued to grow. The agency works with infants, toddlers, pregnant women, youth, adults, and seniors experiencing developmental, economic, and educational challenges and their families. Today, they have over 100 employees and 4 programs to cover the range of services and meet the needs of their over 1,300 clients. The Early Intervention Program provides services to families with children up to 3 years old who may have or may be at risk for a delay in development. This team focuses on providing free developmental assessments to the community. The Early Head Start Home-Based Program is a federal funded program providing comprehensive services to expectant families who meet income eligibility requirements. Some of the services include health, nutrition, social services, parent involvement, and child development. The Taunton Area School to Career, or TACC, is an education partnership with surrounding high schools, providing a necessary link between school and the career field through internship opportunities, job shadowing, and career mentor programs. Lastly, the WISE Adult Day Health Program provides services for adults who experience healthcare-related issues and are dependent on a caregiver. The staff aim to provide a safe, supportive environment that allows participants to maximize their quality of life and independence. The transition from in-person programs to remote was difficult because of the size and scope of the agency, as you can tell. AHS had not previously offered telehealth or remote services before the pandemic, but they were able to go fully remote within 2 days. The staff quickly adapted and continued to provide much needed services to their clients. The agency works with individuals at all levels of ability to support their efforts to achieve equality, dignity, and independence. They are committed to helping people reach their maximum potential and self-sufficiency. Zelmira tells us this was her first job out of school and she never left because she loves it. Accepting on behalf of AHS is Zelmira Alcock, President and CEO.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you to the Chamber and Bristol County Savings Bank for this honor. I also do want to thank our Board of Directors and our senior management team. Oh, geez. I'm sorry. Phone hasn't rang all day. And the AHS staff and also the individuals we serve, because they're the ones who had to be patient in the willingness in receiving these different services. But lastly, I want to also thank the community, because the COVID support funding we received from Bristol County Savings Bank, the United Way of Mass Bay and Merrimack Valley, City of Taunton Emergency Task Force, COVID-19 Emergency Community Development Block Grants, as well as PPE support from Taunton Rotary, TJ Maxx, and Lowe's, is basically what helped us survive this past year. And as you said, Chris, this marked my 35th year anniversary at AHS. And first job right after grad school, I realized I never really needed to go anywhere else because I was witnessing the impact that the agency made every day. So on behalf of the whole agency, I want to thank you for this humbling recognition. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And can we all unmute ourselves and give a big round of applause to all of our award recipients, our keynote speaker today.
Great job, everybody.
Great job. Congratulations.
As we wrap up, a few programming notes, so bear with me for one moment, please. The young professionals out there in the group, do not miss the Zoom workshop tomorrow on resumes, cover letters, LinkedIn, and job searching. Chamber Chat, our informal and fun networking with trivia and prizes, will be next Tuesday at 11 a.m. If you like the breakouts today, there'll be more of that. Cannabis Industry 101, that should be very interesting. That is next Thursday at noon on Zoom. Our golf tournament is August 16th, save the date. Ladies golf outing is September 22nd. And the biggest news is that we are having our first in-person business after hours next month, July 14th at the Jockey Club. I hope to see so many of you there so I can finally meet you in person. Keep an eye out for more information. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a fantastic summer, and I hope to see you in person soon.
Thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, well Chris. Done. Nice job. Great job, Chris.
Nice job.
Nice job, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie.
Good job. Good job, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Invaluable.
Invaluable.